Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Guests, panelists, and the participants. It is very nice to see all of you and hope you have been enjoying yourself throughout the session. My name is Ibrahim and I'm going to be your moderator for today's webinar. Okay, first off, I'm going to check if the internet signal is stable. I don't know if you're able to see and hear me well right now, but if yes, please share thumbs ups icon to the chat box so that I know that am the right in the I'm on the right track right now, and I'm hopefully that we're able to run to this webinar smoothly. Okay, can I get a thumbs up icon from the technical team? Okay, very good. Okay, I will begin once I get the signal from the technical team. Hope that you're enjoying yourself before we start the session. Okay, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will begin shortly. Here are some etiquettes to be followed to ensure the webinar runs smoothly. Number one, you may turn on your camera to show your participation. Number two, for the panelists, please ensure you unmute your mic before deliver your particular topic. Number three, for the participant, if you happen to ask questions to the panel, you may unmute your microphone during the Q&A session. All right. I will begin the session right now. Okay, Tuan Abdul Hafiz bin Pangeran Adnan, Patron of Program, concurrently serving as Rector of Beaufort Vocational College. Madam Christine S. Kinsig, Program Advisor, concurrently serving as Rector of Keningau Vocational College. Madam Dayang Fauziah Awang Tahir, Program Advisor, concurrently serving as Head of Quality Assurance before Vocational College. Madam Anita Haji Muhammad Yassin, Director of International Webinar Enriching Your Education Globally through AFS, the program. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are so grateful to be able to gather in the international webinar Enriching Your Education Globally through AFS. Yet again, welcome to the webinar and thank you for joining us, making your precious time with us to gain as much knowledge and experience as possible. The sermon on this occasion recorded a million word of thanks for the willingness of all the guests present today. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, to bless the ceremony today, I would like to invite Mr. Rosmanizam Roslan to recite the dua. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Al-Fatihah. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma innaka khallaqul azim, innaka sami'un alim, innaka ghafurur rahim, innaka rabbul arsyil azim. Ya Allah, you are the one who has all the praise. You are the one who deserve all the praise, and you are the one who deserve all the thanks. The entire government is in your hands. In your hands are all virtues, and to you return all affairs. Allahumma ya Karim ya Rahim, Ya Allah, have mercy and pour your love into our program, enriching your education.
Amin Amin Ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you very much to Mr. Rosmanizam Roslan for reciting the dua. Okay, welcome to the international webinar Enriching Your Education Globally through AFS. For your information, this webinar is hosted and initiated with partnership by Beaufort Vocational College and Keningau Vocational College and empowered by the Technical and Vocational Education Division Ministry of Education. The main objective of the webinar is to gather and engage with youth community and inspiring educators who are resilient yet dedicated that demand to push the limit for the betterment of long life education. Truly, AFS has bigger mission, enabling local citizens to take in charge in every aspect of education. A part of globalizing the education institution, AFS is one of the platforms accessing the future education by promoting intercultural learning and exchange among local communities. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the core business of AFS is primarily to assist and support people in developing the knowledge, skills, and understanding to create harmony community and finally to make the world a better place. Okay, enough of talking. Therefore, the organizer had prepared a delightful introduction video for you to watch. Please enjoy. Thank you very much for the video presentation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, to begin this ceremony, we would like to invite Madam Christine S. Kinsey, Rector of Keningau Vocational College, to present her welcoming speech. Madam Christine, please.
Good afternoon and greetings, dear Mr. Wong Leon, Madam Ong Bee Bee, Vice President Klang Chapter, Madam Tan Bee Lian, Vice President Johor Chapter, Madam Farah Nadia, AFS Program and Support Specialist, and our Moderator, Mr. Ibrahim Samin. To the patron of the program, Tuan Abdul Hafiz bin Pangeran Adnan, Director of Beaufort Vocational College, and all the organizing committee and all the attendees. We thank God for giving us the opportunity to gather together on this happy day. On behalf of the organizer, I would like to welcome you to this webinar and express my gratitude to AFS for willingly collaborate with us in sharing experience and knowledge in shaping intercultural learning, and that not only provides new knowledge but also provides a high impact message to us. As we know, the main objective of the Enriching Your Education Globally through AFS program is to provide knowledge and understanding about AFS, to be a leader in intercultural learning and understanding in the future, and to create noble values and harmony through AFS activities. Therefore, as the advisor of this program, I'm very happy for this opportunity. Thank you also to all the people who are involved in this program, because without your support, it would not be possible for this program to be implemented. Finally, on behalf of the school, I would like to once again express my sincere thanks for your willingness to come and choose Keningau Vocational College and Beaufort Vocational College to run this program. I hope we can have more cooperation like this in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Christine S. Kinsey, for a remarkable speech. Dear guests and participants, next I would like to invite Madam Anita Matyasin, Director of International Webinar Enriching Your Education Globally through AFS, to deliver her opening remarks. Please, Madam.
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude to Mr. Abdul Hafiz bin Pangeran Adnan, Director of Beaufort Vocational College, Madam Christine Stanislaus Kinsik, Director of Keningau Vocational College, committee, panelists, and viewer. I would like to wish a warm welcome to this webinar on enriching your education globally through AFS. I am honored to represent Malaysia as the program coordinator for this webinar. So let me briefly explain what AFS is all about. AFS is an international, voluntary, non-governmental, non-profit organizations that provide intercultural learning opportunity to help people develop the knowledge, skills, and understanding needed to create a more just and a peaceful world. There are several programs under this organization, namely Global Up Program, AFS Exchange Program, AFS Visual Program, and AFS Volunteer. For AFS Malaysia, they conduct programs that empower young people from all backgrounds with essential global skills. Programs such as YES program and Antara Budaya Malaysia program could give our youngster the opportunity to get new experience and knowledge in different environment. We hope this webinar will give a clear insight on the AFS program and thus will attract today's attendees to participate. Thank you and best regards to everybody.
Okay, thank you, Madam Anita Matyasin, for a meaningful opening remarks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are beyond thrilled to have an amazing panel of speakers with us today. Thank you very much for making time with us, to squeeze in your schedule, especially to share your thoughts and ideas for today's session. Next to begin today's agenda, I am pleased and intrigued to introduce the amazing four guest speakers that we are having in the house. Very exciting. First off, let me call on Madam Farah Nadia Samsudin. Okay. Hello, how are you?
Hello, Mr. Ibrahim. Good
All
afternoon.
right, very good afternoon, very good. I hope that you are excited that we are, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Madam Farah Nadia Samsudin is the Program and Support Specialist AFS. Thank you very much, Madam Farah Nadia. Okay, next up we have Madam Tan Bee Lian, the Vice President of Johor Chapter. Hi, Madam Bee Lian, how is it going?
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me here.
Hello, hello. Okay, we're going to go into detail with you right after this, but thank you so much for making time with us. And yeah, the Madam Tan Bilian is the Vice President of Johor Chapter. Okay, next up we have Madam Ong Bee Bee, the Vice President of Klang Chapter AFS. Hello, how are you, Madam?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, looking forward to hear your sharing very soon. All right. That's Madam Ong Bee Bee, the Vice President Klang Chapter AFS, and the last but not least, Mr. Wong Leon with us today. Hello, Mr. Leon. How are you?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Leon from APU. Thank you so much. I'm doing good, and thank you so much for having me today.
Right. For information, Mr. Leon is broadcasting live from Japan, Owita, Japan. Okay, looking forward to hear your speech right after this. By the way, Mr. Wong Leon is the Admission Counselor, Office of International Admission, Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University, APU, Owita, Japan. All right, thank you so much to all the panels. Presently, the organizer is honored to have you today, considering your limitation of time, and be with us instead today. Thank you again. All right, to begin, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin the session by introducing our first guest panelist. Let me call on Madam Farah Nadia Samsudin, the Program and Support Specialist AFS, to deliver her topic on intercultural learning exchanges. Over to you, Madam.
Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon. Our respected organisers, Madam Christine from Keningau Vocational College, also organizer from Beaufort Vocational College, Madam Anita, Program Director, Mr. Leon, Admission Counsellor from APU, fellow volunteers from AFS Malaysia, Madam Tan Bee Lian and also Madam Ong Bee Bee. My name is Nadia and I am the Program and Support Specialist from AFS Malaysia. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to the organisers of this webinar for giving us the opportunity to come here and talk about AFS Intercultural Learning Exchanges. So I will go ahead and share with you the slides that I have prepared for today. So as Ms. Anita mentioned just now, okay, AFS is an international voluntary NGO, an inclusive community of global citizens who provides intercultural learning opportunities to help people develop the knowledge, skills, understanding, and needed to create a more just and peaceful world. AFS was established in 1915 during the World War I and World War II by volunteer ambulance drivers. It transformed from a wartime humanitarian aid organization into a groundbreaking international secondary school exchange volunteer and intercultural learning organization with a noble vision to help build a more just and peaceful world by promoting understanding among cultures. In Malaysia, AFS is the largest NGO that offers student exchange programs. From the beginning of our establishment in Malaysia in 1958, we have sent approximately 4,000 participants abroad on exchange programs. We have welcomed 2,000 international high school exchange students into Malaysia. We are supported by more than 500 volunteers in Malaysia. We are partners with more than 300 Malaysian schools and partners with more than 50 community placement organizations. This is an independent study which was done by Mitchell Hammer. He's a social innovator and he does a lot of research on intercultural studies. His study and research has proven that AFS programs increase intercultural competence, it increases knowledge of the host culture, it increases fluency in the language of the host country, there is less anxiety in interacting with people from different cultures, increased friendships with people from other culture, and created greater intercultural networks. As a staff who's been working with AFS for the past 9 years, I can vouch for this and I can confirm that all this is true as I have seen and sent so many students on AFS programs and I can see a lot of positive changes in the students before and after the program. AFS provides out of classroom experience. These are the list of programs that we have. There are different durations where the students can choose. The first one is the year program, which is between 8 to 11 months. We have semester programs, which is 4 to 6 months, trimester programs, 3 months. We have intensive programs, which are up to 2 months, and also very short programs up to 4 weeks. The students are able to choose which duration suits them best. However, for students who are from SMK and they are still studying in school, for example, they are in Form 3 to Form 4, they have to go for the shorter programs. However, students who are in their Form 5 and they want to go for longer programs, they may apply for year and semester programs and they will go for the program once they finish their SPM. While on AFS programs, the students live with a local host family and attend a local high school. They attend language classes in countries where it's non-English speaking. They have community service projects with their host communities and schools. They immerse themselves in local culture and at the same time they can promote our beautiful Malaysian culture with their host family, their host school, their friends and their communities. These are some photos which I would like to share with you of the students who have been on AFS programs. As you can see on the far left, this is our exchange student who went to Japan. She is wearing a Japanese school uniform. Japan is a very popular destination in AFS. We have many students who would like to go to Japan each year. At the top photo in the middle, that is also our student from Malaysia who is in Japan, and he is having some outdoor excursion with his friends. And the bottom picture and the right picture are students who went on the program to the United States. Many of them experienced living with host families and experienced snow for the first time while they were on their exchange. These are also more photos of students who went on AFS exchange programs in the US, in Japan, and a few other countries. As you can see, they foster a relationship with friends in their school especially. So even when they come back from the program, they still keep in touch with their friends in school, even for many, many years. This is also another photo of the first batch of YES students which I sent on the program in 2015. They had just arrived in Washington, United States, and there was snow. So they all went outside to experience snow for the first. There were some of them who experienced snow for the first time. This is a group of 45 Malaysian students who got the Kennedy Luger Youth Exchange and Study Scholarship. And they spent 6 months in the United States. These are the scholarships that we have available. As I mentioned, the first one is the Kennedy Luger Youth Exchange and Study Program, which is a 6 months full scholarship to the USA, fully funded by the US Department of State. This program is for 6 months. They get to live with a host family, attend high school. And the next one is the Antara Budaya Malaysia Scholarship, which at the moment we have full scholarships to Italy and Turkey, which is an intensive program for 2 months. How to apply for the program? Okay, as you can see on the screen, our application was open on the 1st of January and it's closing on the 30th of April. Please log on to our website at www.afs.org.my and you'll be able to see many programs which are available for your students to apply. Our closing date is coming close. It's on the 30th of April. We might be able to extend it a little longer till the middle of May. However, please try to promote this program to your students. As I mentioned, we saw a lot of positive changes to our students. So please hurry and apply. Apart from exchange programs, we also have workshops for students. It's called the ICL workshop or Intercultural Learning Workshop for high school students. It's a 4-hour online workshop. All students will be given a national certificate. This is to foster intercultural knowledge and learning. There is a 20 ringgit fee per person with a minimum of 15 students or maximum of 40 students. If you have more than 40 students, we are happy to have different sessions for the students. We also have workshops for educators and teachers. It's also the same thing. It's a 4-hour online workshop for educators. There will be a national certificate given and the list will be given to MOE BPG. This is to foster intercultural knowledge and learning amongst teachers as well. There is a fee of 30 ringgit per person with a minimum of 15 teachers. Dear teachers, if you are interested in our intercultural learning workshop, please feel free to reach out to us. We've had in the past, as you can see on the screen, this is our latest intercultural learning workshops with teachers, with our Head of Knowledge and Education, Mr. Kuhan, who will lead these ICL workshops. So please allow us to help you to build, global citizens. And please feel free to reach out to us if you'd like to join our ICL workshops. You can contact us if you are in KL and you would like to walk into our office. We are at Plaza Glomac in Petaling Jaya. That is also our number on the screen, 7887 6866. You can email us at info-mas@afs.org, and our website www.afs.org.my. Please feel free to log on to our website and look at all the programs that we have available. We have activities available if you become a volunteer. Yeah, so please contact us. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for allowing me to share more about the AFS program. We'll come to the question and answer session.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Farah Nadia Samsudin, for the inspiring sharing. Based on this sharing, I can say that the students are involved with a lot of experiences outside of Malaysia, where there is a saying goes, eyes wide open, heart open wider, and mind got wiser. Okay, now we are going to conduct a Q&A session. And so I hope the technical team is ready right now with the question. And if you have a question by the way, to ask, you may do so by writing down your questions in the chat box, and I will pick it up and address them to the panel straight away. Okay. And I'm still waiting for the question from the technical team. Okay. Maybe before we proceed with the Q&A session, maybe Puan Farah, you want to elaborate more about AFS, maybe in Japan in particularly, maybe the activities and the involvement of the teachers and students there, the recent one.
Yes, okay. So we actually have a group of students currently who are in Finland. At the moment, Japan, we do not have any students in, we had a group of students who went on the Asia Kakihashi project to Japan. They just returned from the program in March. However, the Asia Kakihashi project is no longer available. We are actually waiting for more opportunity from AFS Japan to send students on exchange program. We might have new opportunities for them to go. However, we also have other destinations that the students can apply for. I think there is a question in the comment. Is AFS program open for Form 6 students? Okay, I'm so sorry, but unfortunately, we are not able to send any students who are in Form 6 because of their age. So in AFS, AFS is a school exchange program, so therefore we send students who are Form 3 to Form 5, so 15 to 17 years old only.
All right. Okay, that was
Yeah.
regarding to the open for Form 6 student, the question, is it? That's the answer,
Yes,
right?
that's right. Yes, that's the
Okay.
answer.
All right. That is the answer. I hope that the question is answered. And then how to register
Okay.
from Noraini Kadir. Okay.
Thank you, Puan Noraini. Okay, how to register? If you would like to apply for the exchange program, you can go to our website www.afs.org.my, and you'll be able to see all the different programs that we have available, and you can apply on our website. However, if you would like to know more about the ICL workshop for teachers, please feel free to email us info-mas at afs.org, and we'll be able to help you to organize an ICL workshop in your school.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you very much, Puan Farah Nadia, for the inspiring sharing and the Q&A session just now. Thank you very much, Puan Farah Nadia, Madam Farah Nadia. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, it's an honor to welcome our next guest panelist, Madam Tan Bee Lian, the Vice President, Johor Chapter AFS. The focusing subject matter that she will be focusing is on the global journey through AFS. But before that, if you have the questions, so we open for Q&A session, just please drop by your question in the chat box so that I can address them directly to the panel right after this. Thank you very much. Okay, you may start whenever you're ready, Madam Bilian. The floor is all yours.
All right. Thank you, Encik Ibrahim. And then a very good afternoon to Madam Christine and also Madam Anita. And of course, hello to all my panelists, fellow panelists, Madam Farah, Madam Bee Bee, and also Mr. Leon from Japan. Okay. Hello, everybody. A very good afternoon. Okay. Today, I'm going to try my best in 15 minutes to share with you what is going to happen when you go through the exchange. Okay. So, connecting life and sharing cultures through chapters. Hooray. Okay, as just Farah already mentioned, you have this is the simplified or the summary of what is AFS program. It's a cultural exchange program for students between 15 to 17 years old. And then the two main activities that we are doing now is sending students abroad and hosting students in Malaysia. Every year there's two cycles. The first cycle as SH is from January and the NH is in July. And we are the chapters that supports on the ground when you arrive at any place. So before I go on, everybody is talking about chapter, Johor chapter, Klang chapter. So what is a chapter? Chapter, actually, we divide a chapter or group it by territory. In Malaysia, we group it in according to the states. So we have Johor, we have Perak, Melaka, Pahang, Terengganu, and so on. Okay, and then the chapter is actually the bridge between the AFF Malaysia and the community. And we coordinate the whole exchange experience, meaning that we help the participant to adapt into the community. It's like when you go for an exchange, so there is a chapter volunteers down there who will help you and support you. Okay, so what does a chapter consist? Okay, usually it consists with a group of committee. All right, we have a president, vice president, it's like a normal committee members. And then, of course, there's host family, schools, participants, and volunteers. Okay, so what do we do? Yes, the chapter actually supports the AFS Malaysia or the country in sending and so and hosting. Okay, let's look at the sending, right? So sending is a more simple activities task for us. So we mainly do roadshows and also interviews. Okay, so a lot of people is inquiring how do we register, what is going to happen. So this is what I'm telling you, what is going to happen when you want to go for this program. Usually at the chapter level, we will do a briefing in JPN and PPD. After that, we will do a roadshows in schools and then use the students fill up the form online. Okay, now the application are all online. After that, you'll go for a state interview in your state. Okay, and then after that, from the states, after the selection from the state, then you will go for the national selection camp, and after that you will select out a number of students to go for the exchange. So these are all the physical roadshows that we have done before. Okay, these are in schools, and now also we have started conducting virtual roadshows. Okay, this is one of the recent one that we did last 2 weeks ago. And once the interview, after that, this is a state interview. Okay, so during the state interview, you'll be having a one-to-one interview as well as group activities. Okay, you have a lot of fun doing that. And after the interviews, the selection, and so on, you'll be on the same day. On the same day of the when you come for an interview, the parents will be briefed on what is going to happen and what will be happening when you go for a board. So there's a sending family briefing also. This is what the chapters do. And after that, you will go for exchange. Okay, so these are the students that go for exchange. I won't talk more about that. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is hosting activities. When you go aboard, you're hosted there. So I'm going to tell you what we do for hosting in the chapter locally. So it's going to be something like what is going to happen to you when you go over there. But this is what we do over in Malaysia. Okay, so the same thing. When you are being applying for the program, we at the chapter, when we're doing hosting, we are looking for families. So we'll be doing briefing and roadshows, and we look for families to host you. And the families are the same thing. We'll fill up the application form. After that, we will do do home visits and school visits, because we need to make sure that whichever place that the student is going is safe, right? So you're very safe when you go with us. Okay. Then after that, we are going to match your profile with the family profile. So these are all actually done at the national level, at the country level. So one is already confirmed the placement. That means you already know, oh, you are going to have a placement. Then we will do family briefing to the host family. Then we'll appoint licensed person for you. We do school briefing. And then after that, we'll wait for you to come. Okay, so this is where the chapter stands in terms of the whole experience. You are the participants on the left. There's a school, there's a family, and then you have a licensed person. So we are the chapter is the coordinator. That's why I say we are the bridge between the office and the sending country and your natural parents. Okay, so this is the same slide that we are going you show earlier. So you live with a local family, you go to the school, you attend language classes, you will join community services, and also you promote your native culture and you immerse in the new culture. Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, so when you arrive, okay, when our students arrive at Johor, and this is in Johor, so we'll hand over the students to the host family. After that, we'll do the submission for the students' pass and visas. And then once everything, we got the clearance, they report to the school. And this is when your journey begins. Okay. Throughout your stay down there, you'll be going through a few orientations because we need to make sure that need to check to make sure that you are adapting well. Okay, the students are adapting well. I think the first one is about 2 months into the program. After that, 6 months into the program, and then after that, before you go back. So it all depends on the duration of program that you are applying for. Okay, so this is the orientation that we are having. We also have orientations for families too. Okay, because we need to make sure that both parties are adapting well. All right. Okay. So besides going to school, you'll be involved in a lot of school activities. So these are our students here. They participate or they go in join activities in the schools. Okay. Most of them are English programs. So, okay, food is one of the biggest culture exchange. Okay, so these are the students enjoying our food. So when you go overseas, you'll be doing the same thing. So one of the biggest culture that we share is food that I said earlier. Okay, so these are the students that they will cook their food here. Okay, so this boy is from Italy, so he cook Italian food, and then this girl is from Japan, so she will be cooking Japanese food over here. So most of you when you go overseas, you'll be cooking nasi lemak there. Okay, so this one also they try to learn our food, make our own food, cook our food. Okay, they are making mooncake. This is the beehive. Okay, and then this is Marina, our current student. She's trying to cook nasi lemak. I think she's cutting cucumber. Okay, and our students gets a lot of invitations to the local activities, festivals, or weddings, parties, and so on. So when you go for exchange, you'll be experiencing the same thing. Of course, festivals. Okay, all our students will be experiencing. We will arrange festivals exchange for them. So like Deepavali, Chinese New Year. When you are staying with a different, your family is not celebrating the particular celebration. We will arrange a family for you to go and experience it. Okay, these are the current year. Now we are currently arranging for the Hari Raya one. Of course, when you have Halloween, you have this is a school. I think they are doing the recycling, fashion, and then Thaipusam, Christmas, and these are the things that all our students will be doing. Okay, of course, because as an intercultural program provider, we will involve all the students in most of the cultural activities. Okay, so you look at this compound. This is made by our students when they are here. These are the paintings, the batik painting that they paint, and these are the wow. And then they have the experience all the drums. Okay, they also learn local musical instruments. Okay, we arrange for them. All right, of course, Tarian Zapin. This is one of the group that we send for Zapin tarian Zapin training. Okay, this is one of the activities that we do in Johor. Okay, this is a cultural walkabout. It's something like a treasure hunt where you look for cultural items. Okay, of course, you will be visiting all the famous places within your community. Okay, so these are all the places in Johor, Tanjung Pi, Kukup. Some of them went to the Ladang Getah. Okay, so the rubber to try the rubber tapping. Okay, and as Johor is famous for pineapple, so we brought our students to pineapple farm and where they did the harvest and they pluck the pineapples. And this side is they are testing all the different food of pineapple. Okay, as I say earlier, you'll be involved in community services. Okay, so our students also will participate. This is one of the activities they will participated. It's a Kiwani's charity sale. Our Italian students actually were selling all the Italian food. Yes, this is the community service. Okay, and on the right, this is a group of our volunteers from Germany. Okay, so yes, we all have a lot of family get-togethers within the chapter. So basically, when you go for an exchange, you are actually involving yourself into the program, yeah, into the community. That's why we say you are actually connecting life. So you'll be connected to the other party, and you are also sharing your cultures. You will learn their culture, and so they will learn from you. Okay, all right. So this is from Johor. Thank you. That's all for me today.
All right, thank you so much to Madam Bee Lian. What an exciting activity initiated by AFS Johor that one. That captured my attention is the cross-culture activity celebrating different festival, Hari Raya, and then we have like Diwali, and so many more. Good job, AFS Johor. Okay, so we're going to conduct the Q&A session right now. So, dear participant, if you have a question, please drop down your question in the chat box so that I can address them direct to the panel. Okay, we received one question right now from Catherine Journey. So the question is, is this the program open for the KV students, for the vocational students? May I know the requirements? That's the question.
Okay, requirement actually for FS exchange requirement, the basic requirements is the age. That's the most critical. We need to be between 15 to 17 years old. Yeah, basically that is one of the major requirement. The next one, you have to be a Malaysian. Yeah, so then you have average grade, then you are good to go.
Okay, I
Simple
hope that
requirement,
answers.
everybody can apply.
Very simple. Okay, I hope that answered the question. Okay, so I have this one question. Okay, so the safety issue is very vital when we, bring the students outside from Malaysia, Singapore, US and the States and so many more, Japan. And how about the safety of the students? Maybe there is a guardian to assist them, or how safety is the student when they are go outside of
I said
Malaysia?
earlier,
Maybe you're gonna.
we will screen the family. Okay, like I said earlier, just now if you look at the slide, before we send selected or confirm any family, the chapters level we will screen the family. We will go for family. They have to apply on the online. After that, we need to go and look at the family, look at the situation, environment. That's number one. That's already one screening. And then secondly is because AFS we have 60 partners all over the world. We have partners in 60 countries all over. So every country that we send, there is a AFS office. And from the office like Malaysia is in KL, but then we have all the chapters volunteers at all the smaller places. So like when the students comes to Johor, so our team in Johor will take care of them. We'll make sure there's a support down there. So if there's any issue, they don't have to go and call KL to come and wait for them and so on. So it's the same with Sabah have their own committee out there. Yeah. So and then we have also will assign one licensed person to every student. So licensed person is like a buddy or their good friend. So they have a lot of layers of actually communications. Yep. So actually you are very safe. Don't have to worry about that.
Okay, thank you so much, Madam Bee Lian, for the informative sharing today for today's webinar. Okay, thank you so much, Madam Bee Lian. We are going to take a short break right after this, but please sit back and relax for the meet as the media team has prepared a video for you to watch. Please enjoy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to the international webinar Enriching Your Education Globally through AFS. How is everyone? If you're doing great still, please share thumbs up icon in the chat box and hoping that everybody are still with me throughout the end of the session. Okay, before we proceed, maybe I can read some of the comments in the chat box right now if I can check the screen in the chat box. Okay, from Catherine Chia Ming Ming from IPGKPM. She stated that my auntie was the first batch of AFS students from the University of Malaya. Very exciting, very remarkable moment to be appreciated, of course. And then maybe some of the comments in the chat box, if I can um scroll again in the chat box. Okay, so everybody say hi, 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 thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, very good. Okay, now we want to continue to the second half of the webinar. So to do so, I now only welcome Madam Ong Bee Bee, the Vice President Klang Chapter AFS, to address her note on global journey through AFS. Over to you, Madam Ong Bee Bee.
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. I would like to say good afternoon to all everyone here who joined the sessions today. And first of all, I would like to thank Madam Christine, the organizer from Keningau Vocational College, Madam Anita, the program director, and also to all the panelists who are here, and hope to see all of you. And I enjoy the sessions, like the first session and also the second sessions. I'm very sure that the teachers will be asking, like, since I already know about the program and also know about the chapter, what about school? So I'm going to share anything is about the school, all right? Okay, can I share my slide? Okay, can you all see my slide, Mr. Ibrahim?
Very clear. You may start
Okay,
whenever you're
thank
ready.
you.
Okay.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to talk about the Club AFS Antara Budaya Malaysia for my school SK Section 13. Right, I'm a school teacher and also I'm the Vice President from Klang Chapter AFS Malaysia. Sorry. All right. Now, why we want to set up this AFS Club at school? Our mission is to engage members to embrace our differences and also celebrate our commonalities through committed volunteerism for a united Malaysia. As we all know that Malaysia is a diversity country, so we need to have this, let our students to know our difference and also to compare our commonalities. Now, what are the AFS values? To be a leader in intercultural learning and to create future leaders through intercultural learning and understanding. AFS also enables people to act as a responsible global citizens working for peace and understanding in a diverse world. And AFS also seeks to affirm faith in the dignity and worth of every human being of all nations and cultures. It encourages respect for human rights, freedoms, distinction as to race, sex, language, religion, and also social status. And AFS activities are based on our core values of dignity, respect for differences, harmony and sensitivity, and tolerance. Now, for our AFS in Section 13, our club was launched by our principal, Haji Abdul Rashid bin Haji Muhammad Ihsan in 2019. It had around 100 members and the members aged from 10 to 12 years old. So we are the very young one. The club was officiated by Madam Khalila Datuk Muhammad Taha, our chair of AFS Antara Budaya Malaysia, and the president of the AFS Antara Budaya Malaysia Junior Club is Madam Min, is me. So I'm the president for this club and also the vice president. So this club, also we have these 6 teachers who help out throughout the year. Now, the opportunities as advisor of AFS Antara Budaya Junior Club. I'm very sure like one teacher will say, like, once you join this club, what are the benefits that I can get? Okay, what are the opportunities? All right. So in 2018, school visits by CEO, AFS USA, and also we conducted the Angklung workshop where I get my students to become the teacher. As you can see in the picture, yeah, he was one of the leader who show all the leaders from each country, which are from USA, from Ghana, from Indonesia, from Denmark, and also AFS Malaysia. And when this opportunity will train our students to become a leadership and do not be shy, even though we are standing in front of all the adults, right? This is during our 60th anniversaries. And in 2019, I also invited as one of the interviewer and also hosting for AFS Students Exchange Program. As you can see in the picture, the interview sessions was held at my school, right? And other than that, we also organize an intercultural learning workshop, just like what all the teachers saw just now. We have this intercultural workshop for teachers. So I started the first intercultural learning workshop for my school teachers, right? And also, we also attended one of the hosting school briefing where when the students came to Malaysia, we also informed the JPN, informed the KPM, informed PD. So we have these school briefing sessions at the JPN office. together with the host family, with the host schools, principals, the teachers, and so the students. As you can see in the picture, we have a few for several, I think 4 of them, which are from US, from France, from Italy, and 2 from US. Okay. Now, other than that, also as advisor of the club, I also attended this like host family learning journey workshop where they also introduced like how to host the family. Okay, when the host family, when they have problems, what kind of support we can give, right? Okay, other than that, we also attended as a teacher, as a club advisor, you're also giving an opportunity to go for this international intercultural learning workshop. I attended in level 1 where I met many volunteers from other countries. And at the same time as my school, because since we are the club, we also invited our returnees, as you can see in the picture, returnees to join our school program to promote AFS program. And in 2019, we got this volunteer from Ghana. She came to Malaysia, and of course, I brought her to my school, and she taught my students how to sing song in Ghana language. Okay, and then we also brought her to the university. Right, in 2019, we also attended this Outstanding Volunteer Award ceremony, which is organized by our AFS Malaysia. As you can see in the picture, we have all the leaders from Italy, from India, from Malaysia, and also from USA. Okay, during COVID, when all the schools we can't go to school, we can't do any activities, but as a volunteers, we join these sessions, which is organized by AFS India. We share our cultures through Zoom. And after the program, since because we did well for the first exchange with all the volunteers, after that the AFS India, they invited our school to join these sessions with the AFS India schools. So we got to join the sessions with AFS India and also the AFS schools in India. Okay. And other than that, also we also joined this AFS Volunteer Award ceremony and also global meetup with all the volunteers from all over the world. Okay, at the same time, like last 2 years, in 2021, AFS Malaysia organized many workshops for teachers. So as a club advisor, also as a school teacher, if you join our AFS, you also will get all this information about our workshop and which is conducted free. All right, and this is also one of the program by AFS USA. I also joined this program, which is they call Create Your Story. So that meaning that when we join AFS USA and so AFS Malaysia, we get to learn a lot of things which is not only happen in Malaysia, but also happen in the world from other countries. All right. And this is one of the event where we have this AFS USA and also AFS Malaysia educator meetup, where we meet with the educators from other country. And then this is the platform where we pair the school among Malaysian school and also the other schools. Like for this one, is they pair the Malaysian school and also the US school. Other than that, we also have this AFS Malaysia Volunteer Congress, which is happened in 2021, where we get to know all the volunteers, and also we can meet in Malaysia in 2021 and and also from other countries. Okay, in 2021, because of as a volunteers, I've been volunteering, so I also won one of the volunteer award. And the participation in 2022, school levels, like I joined our school, joined the activities like 18, district level we got 2, state level we got 5, national level we got 10, international we got 10, and the collaborated international schools we got 9. Actually, we collaborated with 9 schools through the club. All right, and this year we got this opportunity, so we went to Japan to join these EAI Volunteer Awards. All right, the participation as our club, right? We join the club and we also engage the students and also we participate them in others activities. Right, in 2019, I launched this AFS club at my school. So right now, this is one of the most active club at Section 13, as you can see in the picture. right? And then that was the first activity we did, is called International Cultural Booth Competition, where we have the participants from USA, from France, from Italy, and also from Malaysia, meaning that even though my students, they are very young, but we expose them to these intercultural activities. In 2020, we got this invitation from AFS India Cultural Virtual Class Exchange with Delhi Public School. As you can see in this picture, we don't only learn things which is from the textbook, but we also learn the culture, the knowledge from other countries through this webcam, through this platform. And in 2021, we connected with AFS Turkey, where we learn about what is called, sorry, forgot about the terms. All right. And then in 2021, we also collaborated with AFS Serbia. So my student got to know quite several of the very famous basketball players which are from Serbia. And also we got to know about the scientists also from the Serbia. And then in 2021, through this connection, we learn about the theory of tribes, where we learn about Alaska, India, Africa, and also Malaysia with AFS India, with one of the AFS school, which is called APU International Schools. So when you join this club, it doesn't mean that we are Scholar SK. That means we can only pair with a public school, but at the same time, we can also pair with international school. And then 2021, also we invited our chairperson, which is Puan Kalila, and she shared her experience when she was hosted in Damak, all right? And our students also learn about the language and also the culture. And in 2022, we got another offer from Alpro International School, and this time they they invited us to join the program is called the Global Village, where part of the activities is like they offer the student like how to make your robot and how to essay writing, which is interaction where the two students from India and so students from Malaysia, they can write the essay together. And we also learn this song where the India school students, they will introduce their Indian songs to our Malaysian student, and our Malaysian student will introduce our Malay songs to the Indian. Okay. And then in 2022, we got this opportunity again. We collaborated with AFS Egypt. All right. So after when we join, all this is mostly our webcam now. We are going to put these activities at school, because other than we have this webcam, we also have activities which is happen at school where I want to expose my student for these intercultural activities. All right. They will let them learn about others' cultures, and then to stimulate their mind and forces them to think in the new ways. Because sometimes we are too long in our comfort zone, then we will think like, yeah, as a Malay, we can only learn about Malay culture. As a Chinese, we only learn about Chinese culture. But when they join these intercultural activities, they will learn more things and they will learn others' culture. They also will learn other races in more activities for them. And then they are ready for increasing for the global world, because when they join this weekend, they got to know students from others' country. And then through these intercultural activities, they also learning about others' culture. They fosters the understanding. We know others' culture better. And then at the same time, so they also learn there is more than one approach to life, meaning that we not only one solution. When they join this intercultural activities, they will think differently. They will think more open-minded, and they will think more widely. And then they will always think like, they will always have to think like how to solve the next solution, not only one solution in their life. Okay, and then through this our culture, they also have a richer experience no matter where you go. That means they will know more cultures instead of only one culture. All right, so from this picture, the slide, okay, we expose our student to this kompang, where most of the students here, they never learn about kompang. And also we also instill this EQ. That means we tell the student, we recruit the students to write the Teacher's Day greeting cards instead of just a normal one. And also we have this Hari Raya videos. We teach them how to make a video. And then we also have this traditional costume where we tell the student to wear a different country's costume, and they have to parade and they have to explain what they're wearing. They have to introduce their costume to others. And then in 2022, we have this special event which is our sports day, but we ask the student to make their own uniform. Of course, these activities will create creativity and also innovative, because we tell the students, like, now you are going to perform and you are going to make your own costume. And the school is not going to provide anything. You have to come up with a new one. So the parents actually, the students, so they were like shocked when I told them about this. But the products, as you can see in the picture, it was so happening when you see the students really putting their efforts to create something new, and they enjoy these sessions. And then we also organize this Chinese calligraphy workshop for Malay students and also for Indian students, where they learn about others' culture instead of only the hot writing. And also Tamil calligraphy, as you can see in this picture. All these are written by the Malay, the Muslim students. And also we have this, I also wrote one of this. And for us, it's like when we learn others' culture, through the arts, we also learn about their culture. All right. So of course, just like what Farah said just now, they organized the intercultural workshop for more students aged 15 to 17, but it already started at session 13, where we introduced this intercultural workshop to our students since 2019. And last year we had this international booth competition through this AFS club, because this activity actually is very interesting, because we give the student an opportunity how to do a research before they start to set up their booth. They have to do a research, what are the things they need to put it up, and what are the things they can do, and where to find the food, where to get all the stuff. And this activity was held in last year in September, and also we also invited our partner school, which is from Indonesia, Philippines, South Korea, Russia, and India. They sent the video to us to join this competition. Okay, as you can see this picture. Oh yeah, we also got one in Russia. All right, so before we end our activities, we have this AFS gift exchange, where we exchange our presents, Christmas present with SK Amira. Just to let you all know, SK Amira is the second AFS club, junior club in Malaysia. So of course, throughout all these activities, we need to give the students recognition and also reflection. Right, as you can see, because we collaborated with all our AFS country, so they gave us the certificates, and also we asked the parents to write their reflection. The student write their reflection, and we use one of the episodes called Padlet. As you can see in this slide, we asked all the Turkish students, we asked the Malaysian students who participated in this program to talk about their reflection, to talk about their, their thought about this program. And other than that, our program also being advertised in our Malaysia magazine, which is called Budaya Beat. And we have all this. Is this one of the slides that I screenshot? Okay, that's all from my side. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much to Madam Ong Bee Bee for the significant sharing on AFS Klang particularly. Okay, so before we proceed to the Q&A session, I want to read some of the comments in the chat box maybe. We have we have one Rasida Da. She stated that good sharing, very good sharing, she said. Okay, and then Nurul Hasim. Okay, he said that a very good share as well. And then maybe I can get one more feedback from Kalila Datuk Sri Talha. Good job, Yayasan AFS Antara Budaya Malaysia. Thank you so much for the significant remark. Okay, so we're gonna continue to the Q&A session right now. So I'm gonna read one of the questions from the floor. And the question goes, as mentioned earlier from the panelists, the basic requirement in term of the age wise is 15 to 17 years old, right? So how about the primary student started from maybe at early age 10 to 12 years old? Are they eligible to be given opportunity, or how the system works?
Yeah, because normally, like my school, I only recruit the students aged 10 to 12 so that they can understand better But actually, to me, it's like the intercultural learning. We can just expose to any age as long as they are ready. And then, but of course, when they are different age, of course, the words that we use, the explanation that we use, even the intercultural learning, the workshop that we use, of course, it has to be simplified. We cannot tell the standard one like intercultural thing is like what. I don't think they can really understand. But then for primary school, what we learn for my students, they will learn like, okay, for Malaysia, we have so many types of food. So actually, when they get to know about the food from each races, it is also under our intercultural things. It doesn't mean that we have to tell them intercultural that word. So to me, it's like any age, but of course, we have to use the level should be different. Okay, thank you.
All right, I think that answered the question. So one more question from Cecilia Japanese. How about the cost, the costing to become a host family or host school? It it's a it's AFS will support it from
First
Cecilia
thing,
Japanese.
thank you. For the host family is free. I mean, there's for those who want to become a host family, it is a volunteer because like AFS is a charity organization. So meaning that for all of host family who wants to become a host family, they are like volunteering. Because when we host students, just like the same thing, like when we send our students to overseas, all the host family in overseas, they are also hosted host of students freely. That means we host without any cost. Okay, that's why this is a charity organizations. And then for school, of course, there are two ways of doing thing. If depends how you want to, let's say, if you want to exchange the whole school, for example, when I exchange our activities with AFS Turkey, we don't send anything to the country. So of course it's free. And then nowadays, because of the high technology, we use this e-certificate. So we can print out all the e-certificate and we just send through the email and through WhatsApp. So we don't need any cost. It's just that if you want to do any activities at school, of course, you need some money, but that it can be done because you can either you approach the parents to get some money to run the activities, or you can also get the help from the parents and from the PIBG. Whereas from the AFS, I think in terms of the intercultural things, they can help in terms of they will give you training. But if you want to get further up, like 3 or 4 hours, that means just like what they showed just now on Farah, you just need to pay 20 ringgit. But I think it's possible to carry it out because I have been done for my school for so many years. All my parents, they're willingly to pay for this because this workshop cannot get from outside. It can only get it from AFS Malaysia. If you don't trust me, you can just type in the internet, is there any intercultural workshop for primary students? I don't think so. But for secondary school, maybe, but somehow they will link you to AFS Malaysia or AFS USA, the international link in USA. Okay, I hope I answered the
All
questions.
right. I hope that will clear the air. Okay, maybe I can take one more question from the floor. Maybe the questions goes, is the program is self-funded or fully funded?
You mean which program? You mean the class for the
The
club?
the AFS, maybe the exchange program, the culture program that been done in maybe the state, the Japan, outside of the Malaysia, is it self-funded or fully funded?
Okay, for the USA, for the US program, it is funded by this US, of course, the US, and then for the Kakashi, Japan, and then for the others program is mostly a paid program. So means that you have to pay for yourself, and but even though it's paid program, I will tell you it's cheap compared to if you go through travel agency because the same amount you pay, you can get only short term. But if you go for AFS program, you can join the program for a long term. And also to let you know, like my two kids, they have gone for this program, and I see the changes in them. Even though, but the thing is, I don't have any more younger one. If I have, I will send again. It's just that now they don't age 17. We only age 17 once in a lifetime. So I think like for parents that who can afford, they should consider to send their kids for this program. They will never regret, trust me.
All right. I think that to be clear, maybe there's certain program that are fully funded and some of the program are self-funded. So
Yeah.
choose wisely, dear participants. Okay, so thank you so much. I think that that's the end of the Q&A session for the Madam Ong Bee Bee. We are going to continue to the last but not least guest speaker, and I would like to call upon Mr. Wong Leon, the admission counselor, the International Admission Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University, on his topic, Why Ritsumeikan APU? Please take it away, Mr. Wong. The floor is all yours.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Leon from APU, and could you guys see the PowerPoint? Yes, perfect. So
Very, very clear.
thank you. So we are Ritsumeikan APU. I understand that there's another famous, very famous APU in Malaysia, but don't confuse us with them, okay? So we are Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University, and we are located in a city called Beppu City in Oita. And now I'm sitting right on this left side building and talking with you guys. And I believe a lot of you have been to Japan and kind of familiar with Japan. So where are we located? We are located in about 1.5 hour away from Tokyo by flight, and to Osaka, if by ferry or by train, it would be about 2 hours. And we are very close to South Korea. If you take the flight, it's sometimes about 45 minutes. And we are located in a city again named Beppu City. It's a little bit remote area, about 120,000 population, but very safe, very good environment, and we are famous for the hot spring. If you guys familiar with the Japanese hot spring, and we are definitely the number one hot spring town in Japan. And the funny story is every time when I ask the student who graduated from APU, oh, what do you miss about Beppu the most? Most of them they told me oh, I miss the onsen, the hot spring the most. And the student body, just previous the speaker they mentioned about the diversity, international perspective. APU from day one, we are very young. We founded in 2000, and from day one, we decided to create a very diversified and international campus in Japan. So we have about 6,000 students, and about 50% will be the Japanese domestic student, and another 50 will be international students from all over the world. More than 100, 106 to be exact, and so you can basically name any countries, and probably we do have few students on campus. And one very unique things about APU is we do not separate the student. Okay, many international schools, they separate the student. The international student go to one building, or maybe they're probably gonna earn another different diploma from the domestic student. But at APU, no. The only difference will be the admissions procedure. But after they arrive on campus, basically everything are the same. And all students, doesn't matter you apply for English or Japanese medium, you can choose any classes either in Japanese or in English, up to 98% the classes. And if you don't understand any Japanese, don't worry about it. You don't have to understand Japanese to apply for us. However, after you come to APU, there will be very intensive Japanese classes waiting for you. And also our faculty body, most professor will be from Japan, and about another 50% of the professors will be from all over the world. And here's very important to understand the vision for APU, and for most audience, I believe you guys still in high school, so study abroad, overseas, applying for college probably is the biggest decision for you, at this moment. So make sure you understand why these countries, why you want to apply for maybe APU for, or maybe for any other school. Please make sure you know where you want to do, what you want to do, where you want to go. You don't want to spend all the times and the effort after you come to, maybe if you apply for APU, come to APU, you find out, oh, Japan is not the place for you. So make sure you understand our vision. And as I mentioned earlier, we are very young. We are about like 23 years old. And this year we opened another new college. And so far we have three colleges. And we are a social science school. So we don't have any major in engineering or like in science particularly. But we do have a College of Asia Pacific Studies, which is more like social science, and also the College of International Management, the business school. And since 2023 April, right now, like we open up a College of Sustainability and Tourism. So here's the major that you can choose for APS. For APS students, you will have to choose one majors to focus in because you will have to write the thesis uh, before you graduate. So currently, the student can choose culture, society, and media, and global economy, which is a new major since 2023, and international relations and peace studies, which is very, very popular among the APS students. And for college, the business school, the College of International Management, we call it APM. And you can see on the right side the accreditation, AACSB. I'm very proud of this accreditation because even we are very young, every day we try our best to improve a little bit. And only 5% of the business school in the world, not just in Japan, have this accreditation. So you can tell like we are very a solid business school, not just in Japan but in the world. So student can choose like in general, study everything uh, to graduate from APM, and or they can choose one major to focus in. For example, many students will choose like accounting and finance to be major in. And from 2023, we give another option to the student, which is one major and one minor. Okay, so the student can choose, for example, like major in marketing at the same time, like a minor in accounting and finance. And the next one will be the new college, the sustainability and tourism. I think sustainability is like a hot topic, like the climate change and all the resources, like the environmental, like the issues happening in the world, like for the young generation, especially like for you guys, the resources is so limited, maybe, and very important. So that's the reason why we open a college with the idea about sustainability and tourism, because without sustainability you cannot like really develop the tourism. And here's the nine fields that all the student for ST we need to study in order to graduate. And one thing I want to point out, like there are many sustainability college in the world, but AP is a little bit different, special because we are more humanity approach. Most sustainability colleges in Europe would be more like science or engineering, or maybe even urban landscape, like planning approach. But for AP, we are more like a humanity approach. So here is kind of like some ideas. Like you have, you can focus for sustainability, but you also have to study tourism. And again, as I mentioned earlier, we are famous. Bamboo City is a very famous town for the onsen. So every day there will be millions tourists, domestic, international, come to the town and enjoy the hot spring. That's the reason, like the tourism will be very famous in Bamboo City. Okay, again and again, you don't need to. I wanna repeat again. Like you don't need to understand any Japanese to apply for us. However, after you come to APU, you will have to pass like intermediate level Japanese in order to graduate from APU. And especially for Malaysian students, usually by the time they graduate, they are pretty native in Japanese. And I just bumped into one of a Malaysian student. She came like because she during the COVID, and she came maybe like a year, 2 years, maybe a year and a half ago, and I bumped to her at the McDonald's, the drive-through. So she was taking the order. So you can imagine how she's pretty good. You have to be pretty good in Japanese, right? To take the the order from the drive-through. And she only learning Japanese about 2 years. So I think for Japanese, if you willing to study and we have the environment, so it would be very very like good to come to APU and study Japanese. Meanwhile, you can earn an English degree in Japan. Okay, exchange. Like we are partnered with like about 155 schools in the world, in 55 different countries, and also we have like 100 plus like the clubs and activities. So I don't know why, but APU students they tend to be super active, for some reason, even for the domestic students, like it's totally different from what you imagine, or maybe you watch on the TV, on the social media. Japanese student they don't talk, they just listen to the professor. No, it's not happening at APU. Even domestic student they are very active, they love to ask the professors and question questions. And also we have so many different activities, when you think about Japan, you think about like the festival, you know, like the Japanese festival. So every year we do have a festival called the Tenkusai, which will be back to in person this year, and also the multicultural weeks. Like every week, like each countries will be representing themselves, the culture, the food, the dance, the music, something like that. And last week was a Myanmar, and I think the Vietnam week is coming, and Bangladesh, and I hope like I can see the Malaysian week this year too. Yeah, and also we do have a dual degree program, of which I don't go too further. AP house, well, we call it AP house, which is a dormitory, but it's like on campus housing. The reason why we calling like not dormitory, because it's not just living on campus, but you're gonna learn about the Japanese culture. For example, you will have a chance to meet a lot of Japanese students to practice their Japanese, and also like how to get into the hot spring. Many students they feel like kind of shame to get naked in front of other people. So it's a good learning like environment before you really like go to the Japanese society. So you're gonna learn a lot about Japanese culture, at the AP house. So AP house 1 and 2, it has been like since like the school started like in 2000, and the new AP house 5, which is brand new. It just built it, and yeah, it's very beautiful. It's like 5-star hotel. And don't worry, yes, Wi-Fi is all in all unit. And the job placement rate, like we have a extremely high job placement rate. Every semester, about like 200 to 300 companies will come to campus to recruit at APU. Why? They're looking for, of course, the language. By the time you graduate, you're gonna speak at least, I don't know, especially for Malaysian. I don't know how many languages you guys speak, maybe 5, 6, 7. I don't know. But most students they will speak like at least English or Japanese. Okay, and also the company looking for international perspective, like the environment we provide for the student, by the time like after 4 years, they will have very very unique international perspective, which you cannot learn from the book. You have to interact with like different culture and background, religious, financial background people to create your own international perspective. And that makes like APU student graduate very competitive in the job market. And you think about during the COVID, we still managed to 92%, and leadership, yeah, I would say like you have to kind of have some like develop a strong leadership at APU. And scholarship, money, very important, right? Especially, I don't know if there are any parents sitting there, So unlike like European or the American, like the school, their scholarship is usually for domestic student only. AP is different, okay? Domestic student, they don't have that much like scholarship opportunity. Instead, international student, I give you a very, very positive number here, okay? 94% of the international student on campus, they're receiving some sort of scholarship from 30%, 50, 65, 80, all the way to 100%. Okay, so of course 65, 80s, 100% will be very competitive, so how do we evaluate the student? Of course your GPA, academic, and your English exam. If you are not native in English, you will have to submit one of the English exam, and also extracurricular activities. For example, if you are participating in AFS, definitely please submit it. It definitely put some weight on your application. And just by my experience, like sometimes when I interview the student who apply for APU, who had the experience with the AFS, they usually already very certain what they want. And I think I'm running out of the time. And if you have any questions, please email us. Very easy. Welcome at apu.ac.jp. Okay. Sorry, I talked too much, but thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Wong, for informative. Now, so we're gonna conduct the Q&A session pretty quick. Okay. I'm gonna take the question from the floor. Maybe Mr. Leon, you want to share some of the facilities that in the APU that most of the students love to hang around. Maybe just one or two facilities that most of the students love to hang around in the APU Obita Japan, especially. Yeah.
Okay, I don't have a pictures, but please go to YouTube and search for us. We are famous, okay? And one of the most popular cafeteria you have to eat, all right? So cafeteria will be like pack of student. I try my best to avoid like from 11:30 to 1. I couldn't even find a seat. And cafeteria will be definitely the most important. And recently, as I mentioned earlier, we have a new building. It's super like fashion, and all the students just like hanging out there, and please go to YouTube and watch the channel. And also we do have a wave. It's kind of located in the center of the campus, and many students during the good weather, they just enjoy the lunch, or catching up with the friends, and enjoying the good weather in Japan. Yes.
Okay, I think that's a great sharing from Mr. Wang regarding the APU Obita Japan. Okay, so thank you very much to all the guest panelists for the fruitful yet informative sharing, as well as to promote AFS indirectly. Upon the moment, we will go ahead and take some time for any open discussion or perhaps conclusion to wrap up the session. Okay, now I'm open for a discussion, or maybe in conclusion, or maybe questions from the floor before we close the webinar. Okay, to do so, maybe I'm gonna pick some of the question from the floor from Punita Malar. Is there such programs specifically catered for special education kids? Maybe this question can be answered for Madam Farah. If Madam Farah oh yes, you
Yes,
may,
hi.
yes, please.
Hi, thank you, Ibrahim, for the question. Thank you, Miss Bonita, for your question regarding special education, any programs catered for special education kids. In AFS Malaysia, for the YES program, the Kennedy Luger Youth Exchange and Study Program, we actually do accept applications from students with different disabilities. So therefore, if you do have any students who are eligible to apply for the program, please feel free to reach out to me. I think I've also shared my number. Ibrahim, can you please help to share my number again so these teachers can reach me personally to, for me to answer any questions they have. They can also log on to our website www.afs.org.my and look at the programs that we have, and also ask if you have any questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Madam Farah Nadia. Maybe one more questions for Madam Ong Bee Bee. What can those, when can these teachers and students can expect out of this program, especially the intercultural program that being done outside of the Malaysia, in moral wise or maybe a confident wise, what are they gaining from the programs? Maybe you can elaborate more on that.
Um, you mean like the students, those who already joined this intercultural club?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As you can see, why I still repeating this program because of the demand from the parents. Because I asked them, because when after I've done 1 year with the students, so I asked parents, why you still want to enroll your children again this year, again next year? What is the benefits that they learn? So she said, most of the children who have attended this intercultural club learning, the children will think, they will see things differently, and then they're also open-minded, and you can see leadership, because throughout this webcam we train the students to become a leader, and also we want them to think critically, because normally, like when we study in our textbook, we just read and we don't really digest. But then throughout this activity, I always train the student like to think critically. Just like I said, I showed the picture just now. They never expect that I will tell them to learn Tamil calligraphy, I mean, for the Muslim students, or I will also introduce Chinese calligraphy, which is they never expect I will show them something like this. And also, well, we also had this mooncake festival at school, where even our school teachers never tried the mooncake. When I brought the mooncake to school, everybody like, oh no, no, it's tak halal, tak halal. I said, no, no, it's not. Please look at the logo. It's made and it's chopped halal. And then I say, we as a Malaysian, we must know all this culture, I mean the others, so that they can understand the others' culture. And to me, it's like why this program is good, because you can really see them to train their creativity, to train them to become innovative, and they will think, and also they will, how to say, the way that they solve, when they solve the solution, they don't only go for one, they will think twice. And then, not before they join the program, normally they, when you say no, it means they will just say okay, it's fine. But after they join the program, they will ask you, like when I say no, they will say, why, Puan Ong? Can I do like this? Can I do like that? That means they become more critic. So I think that's why we want more schools to really go for this program, so that the student will think differently, and then more, how to say, they will become more independent, and they see things differently. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much to Madam Ong Bee Bee for the inspiring sharing from you. And again, thank you very much to all the panelists. And I hope everyone is getting the new knowledge on how the AFS imparting in the future education globally. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the organizers, I would like to extend my gratitude to all the participants participating into i- to the international webinar Enriching Education Globally through AFS. Therefore, here is a combative video montage from the technical team. Please enjoy.